Hi, everybody. Alexia and I welcome you again to our podcast on medical breakthroughs. And today, there's two of them that go together. And some of you probably have heard the term. Number one, neuroplasticity, that the brain can change itself. And then number two, neurogenesis, that the brain could actually make new neurons. Oh, okay. Well, like we always do, we put it in historical context. And over 50 years ago, when I was on the faculty at Baylor College of Medicine in Houston, Texas, I actually did bone marrow stem cell transplants. And bone marrow is easy to get to. It has the consistency of kind of like gumbo soup, if you will, and it's loaded with stem cells, and it's very, very easy to do a stem cell transplant. But the big question was at the time, what about the brain? Are there stem cells in the brain? Now, of course, you can't get to the brain as easily as you can get to the bone marrow. So it was an open question for a long time. And then finally, it was answered. And it was the Diane of neuroanatomy. I believe she was there for about 60 years. University of California at Berkeley, Dr. Marian Diamond. She was a legend. And she finally got permission from two terminally ill cancer patients. And what she did was she injected a special fluorescent dye and which crosses the blood-brain barrier. And long story short, this can get a little technical, but the net result was to our last breath, our brain stem cells are still making new neurons. What a concept. And that finally answered that big enigma in medicine. And when I had to teach brain structure to medical students, see, at the time there are about 3,000 separate structures in the brain. It's very complex. But the new neurons, that's nerve cell, okay, that the stem cells of the brain made selectively went to one area, and that is the memory area. If you like fancy medical nomenclature, it's called the hippocampus, because the first anatomist who saw it described it as a little kind of seahorse, so hippocampus. So is Alexia always insists to help out everyone by giving everyone pragmatic information, because this can get a little kind of abstruse and theoretical. Okay, how could you make new stem cells in your brain? Okay, and of course, new neurons. Well, here is the pragmatics. Is in our previous podcasts, we mentioned several times the benefits of aerobic exercise. We went into a lot of detail. But in this case, what it means is your choice, 20 minutes of either slow running or 20 minutes of fast walking. The net result will be the same, that from your leg muscles, you will release a small protein. Emphasis on small because it'll pass through the blood-brain barrier, and it will stimulate the stem cells of the brain to make new neurons. And the intermediate in that is called brain-derived neurotropic factor, or for short, Miracle Grow for the Brain. And that was the name that the great Harvard psychiatrist, Dr. John Rady, gave because, you want a good lawn, miracle grow for the lawn. You want a good brain, miracle brain-derived neurotropic factor, which is miracle grow for the brain. And that's what that protein stimulates. And then that in turn stimulates the stem cells to make new neurons. In this case, when you do the aerobic exercise, the new neurons will selectively go out of the 3,000 different structures in the brain to two areas. Number one, the memory area, which we just mentioned, the hippocampus. But number two, the prefrontal cortex. That's associated with human thinking, especially of the abstract and abstruse theoretical kind of stuff. So, in a sense, to put it simply, when you do your aerobic exercise, your memory gets better and your thinking gets better. What could be better than that? So, what we're going to do in our next session is the sister concept that goes with neurogenesis, which is neuroplasticity. And the brain can change itself. And again, a long time ago in medical school, and the concept was that once you're an adult, the brain is fixed. It's a done deal and cannot be changed. So Alexia and I, we really like this because this could really help out so many seniors, okay, that you could make new brain cells, okay, and number two, you can literally change the hardwiring of your brain. So, Alexia and I thank you so much, and we will look forward to seeing you tomorrow. Have a great day. Bye bye.